Good, beautiful morning, everybody. We'll just be with you in a minute. Just gonna make a slight adjustment here. Over to live. Push the back button there. Hi, guys. Good morning. And I'm just gonna go to add here. Add. Go to live. And there we go. Click the button. Thank you very much. Wow. I have had a very eye-opening morning. I just want you to know it is a very eye-opening time for us all. Today's discussion and meditation will be on transcending the darkness, and I have the energy of a group called the Ascended with me today. And it's very humbling to realize what's going on, that this has not happened only the first time, what we're seeing in the world, but it's happened many times. And I'm going to be talking about subjects that may be disturbing, that they shared with me that were really important to open our hearts and minds to. You know, for those of you that have studied scriptures and looked at history and seen the brutality of war and the destruction of greed. And when they came to me this morning and said, this is the time for transcending darkness. And I'm really blessed because I got the chance to I got a glimpse of my home. I got a glimpse of my home today. I'm not from this planet, right? I'm expressing through this body, but I got a glimpse of it. I couldn't see great detail, but I could feel the feeling of being home. And I asked, why can't I go there now? And they said, because there is creation you must participate in. The galactic and universal communities are cooperative, generally speaking. And I said, okay. And I said, what do I need to do today? And they said, you need to talk about transcending the darkness. And the darkness that we have to transcend first is the darkness within ourselves. And that darkness isn't a badness or an inherent evil or inherent sin. It is conditioning, it's beliefs, it's ideas that we've been given by the world that contradict the natural and healthy flow of love and life on this planet, in our bodies, in our communities, on this planet. And I asked them, what are some of those things? And they said, ideas such as war, greed, authority, and the one that I'm personally having trouble with this because I know it's going to upset people. But it disturbed me, and it would disturb me more to say nothing. They said, what you see on a grand scale as has never been seen before is the wholesale closing of the door to the light entering this planet. And I asked, what do you mean by that? And they said, the only way into this planet is through woman. The only way any being from any dimension can enter this planet is through the womb of woman. And so they said that those that are in authority and power have encouraged you. In fact, they have convinced you to believe that this door should be closed. And so that the entranceway to those who would come and assist you and alleviate your suffering are barred from coming. The functions of your procedures for preventing these ones from coming are abhorrent and deplorable, to say the least. To justify closing the door to love can only leave you one outcome, and that is to experience fear, or what you might call evil, which you see ascending on the planetary consciousness spectrum. Transcending the darkness comes first within yourself, to awaken within yourself. To not destroy or displace or attack or harm that within yourself which is displeasing, but to transcend it with your love, with the presence of your compassion and kindness. And I said, well, how can I explain that? And they said, as you meditate, this is how you explain it. When we get to the meditation portion of today, before we do, I'm going to put something up on the screen. My YouTube and Facebook viewers can see this. Unfortunately, it doesn't get translated over to TikTok, so I'm going to repeat the instructions on the screen for those of you that are here so that you can understand what today is about. This is our Saturday portion of our weekly show where we do a small meditation and a small discussion and a little bit of Q&A. And what we ask that you do if you're here or just arriving here is to sit your body down, because this today is really important about transcending darkness. First, we have to transcend it in ourselves, not to get rid of it, not to get rid of our fear, our anger, guilt, and shame, but to transcend it, transform it, transmute it. We've been taught to think that, this person or that person or this food or that thing is going to solve your problems. This money, that house, this thing is going to give you peace. And yet you could see among the wealthy, there are as many conflicted and unhappy individuals as there are among the poor. And so the function of overcoming darkness must occur within yourself. When you have transcended this, when you have been able to transform and transmute this, you can begin the process of becoming and being your light in this physical dimension to restore your light. It is very difficult to be light when you're filled with ideas and information that conflict with who you are. So we would ask that you would sit your body in a position that is going to be comfortable during this time. We can assure you that having your body sitting quietly during this time will not prevent you from hearing what we are saying, nor understanding or comprehending it in the fashion that you need to at this time, because each and every one of you will comprehend this information in the level that you're able to receive it. And this is true for all of you, which is why we do not concern ourselves so much with how you will do with this. We simply understand that you will do with it as you can. So to breathe slowly and deeply, your body is in a restful place, a comfortable place. You breathe slowly and deeply in through the nose. You fill the lungs of your body completely. You hold that breath for a few seconds and you release it. And on your release, you give the body permission to relax. You give your entire body permission to relax. On every exhale, it is important that you are deliberate and intentional in allowing your body to relax as you exhale. This is the first step. And as your body relaxes and relaxes with each subsequent exhale, because you are giving your body permission using the exhale of your body, you're giving it permission to become open and receptive to your awareness. And as your body continues to relax and you continue to listen to what we are saying, you'll be much delighted to know that you can still hear what we're saying and your body can continue to relax. Then we would ask that you turn your attention to the thought, to the distraction, to the noises that are going on around you, the thoughts that are going on within you, and then use your breath subsequently. That whenever thoughts or emotions or memories or distractions of the environment around you distract you, simply breathe in through the nose, fill the lungs of the body, and as you exhale, release your attention from your thoughts, from your memories, from your emotions, and just be in the present moment, where you can hear and feel the vibrational energy being transmitted to you from this perspective. We ask you to do this because it takes your divisiveness, that is the watering down of your consciousness over many different things, thoughts, ideas, and you bring yourself to a point of focus to this present moment. And it is in this present moment where your awareness has the opportunity to fully comprehend and understand who you are as an awareness and how effectively you can begin to alter and change the nature and quality of thoughts and emotions stored within the confines of your physical brain, in the realm of what you call your personality. This function of the breath It is primarily on the exhale that you are releasing. On the inhale, you are drawing in new energy in the body. It's a natural, organic function to draw new energy into your body with the breath. And that when you exhale, you are releasing tensions from the body. You are releasing thoughts from the mind. You are releasing emotions. You're giving them permission to be still with your exhale. It requires only the effort of allowing yourself to allow the thoughts, to allow the memories, to allow the emotions, to allow the body to relax. On the exhale, it is always easiest on the exhale. And as you continue to breathe in this fashion, we will continue to share with you the vibrational offering that we have at this time, that you may begin to liberate yourself from all unnecessary suffering and the suffering that is brought upon you through those in positions of authority, those in positions of sharing information with you through mechanisms and mediums that you may not have any control over directly, but you always have immediate and direct control over the receiving instrument, which is your mind and your body. You always have dominion and authority over your receiving instrument. So that when you breathe and you release the tensions from the body, and you breathe and you release the thoughts and memories and emotions from the mind, and you allow your awareness to return to a place of peace where you are not distracted by mind or body. You are aware of them, and through the function of using the breath of the mind and the body, you are giving it permission to relax. You are giving it permission to be still, to be quiet, and you are allowing yourself to assume a position of awareness and peace. You can still be aware of the sounds. You will find that you're just not so distracted by them because your attention is now able to go where you would choose to put it. In this case, to listen carefully to these instructions and these ideas so that you can begin to liberate yourself from your subjectivity to the world. For you came here to bring a light to the world, not to indulge in suffering. And yet there are many in the world that get great joy and glee out of your indulgences in the suffering that they would offer you. And so we say to you, restore yourself to peace. The function of emotion in your biology can be orchestrated by your awareness itself, but it can also be orchestrated and influenced and affected by the environment. What you would think based on what you would see and hear and smell and touch and taste. These can also influence the energy you call emotion. But at all times, as awareness, you remain in the position where you can say, I relinquish my attachment to this emotion with love and grace. I release and relinquish my attachment to these emotions with love and grace. I do this. You do this. We ask you to be patient with your body. For some of you will have a body that may be restless and uncomfortable in being still because of much of what is going on in the mind that you've received from the world is disturbing and distracting, and your body will react to the information in your mind as equally as it will react to the information being presented to you from the world. And only you can learn to acquire the skill necessary to assert the proper authority over your mind and your body. For if the world around you were fully capable of asserting an authority over you to restore your peace, it would have been done by now. It would be done by now. It would have been done by now. And so we encourage you to surrender your attempts to fight or attack emotions within yourself. We ask you rather to use your breath to release them. And even to go so far as to say to those emotions that are disturbed, that are frustrated, that are upset, you can turn to those emotions as awareness that is aware of the thoughts, the memories, the emotions, the body, the environment, as awareness that is this. And you say to those emotions that are disturbing, I am with you. I am willing to love you, even if I do not understand you, because much of what many of you feel, you did not directly put into your mind, you allowed it in. Someone gave it to you through your mechanisms of communication, your radios and your TVs and your communications devices that you listen to, some of you for many, many hours, simply letting information go into your mind to further upset and distract and disturb your mind, as equally as you can find things that will inspire, uplift, and empower your mind. But those of you that are predominantly challenged with emotions of fear and anger, judgment, will naturally gravitate towards those things because you are in resonance with them. But in your capability to surrender the fight, to be able to extend your love and grace to the emotions inside you that are most disturbing, to say to them, I am with you. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. To stay steadfast in that thought offering to those emotions that are most disturbing within you. I'm with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. The mere vibration of these words spoken in that sequence will begin to instruct a change in those emotions, and you will feel it if you are conscious and deliberate in your presentation of this information to your own emotional field. I am with you. I love you. It's very important. These words have power and authority. As you begin to feel the emotional energies beginning to subside in your response to them, always on the exhale. If any tensions occur in the body when certain thoughts and emotions are brought to your attention, just simply use your breath and on the exhale, release those emotions from the body. Allow it to relax. Give your thoughts permission to be still. Always on the exhale. It's easiest to release by using the exhale of the body. As you gain a refamiliarization with the vibration of what you are as awareness, not the simple contents of your mind that you have often identified with, but as you begin to become aware of your awareness as that which is independent of thought, independent of memory, independent of emotion, independent of biology, but interacting with all. And the nature and quality of your interactions with your mind and your body, your emotions, can begin to change from the perspective of your awareness. As we've said before, if the world and your leaders and those in positions of authority that are feeding you your ideas and your information, if they were truly aligned to the vibrational offering of love, then every one of you would be in a very different position of consciousness right now. You would not see such harm nor confusion at all if love was what was being offered. There is no pain in love. There is no fear in love. There is goodness, and goodness only in love. The idea that we tell you that this function of love can be painful is a lie. It is only fear that can lie to you. It is only fear and anger that can deceive you. And in your desire to be relieved of your suffering, you go further into asking those that would give you more suffering to relieve you of it. And yet you get more, and you get more. And this is not a choice of your function. You're simply coming and saying, I need love. And yet you are the very thing that you are seeking. And what we say today, to overcome the darkness within yourself first, will allow you to have the light to see and avoid and stay away from those that would ask you to comply with their suffering. And on the altar, you see repeatedly being sacrificed many individuals, many children sacrificed, the door being closed to those that would come and offer you greater love, greater light, and greater truth. And yet you would be convinced that allowing a beautiful light to come into this world is somehow going to diminish your life and make it more difficult. If you understand the functions of consciousness, then you would know that the intelligence that is operating in your body right now is far more sufficiently adept at being able to organize matter than you yourself are in many cases. So bear in mind that there are those that gain great benefit to your closing the door to new life, coming into this world. You will see in the coming years, unless you, of course, begin to turn away from the darkness, not only within yourself, but in the world, you will see a great diminishment in the number of peoples upon this planet. You begin to see a diminishment in the peoples upon this planet because these doors have been closed. And they have closed them so that they could gain advantage in this world. This is one of but a very few worlds in this specific dimensional universe that is still struggling with the polarity of consciousness, the deliberate choice to function consciously and creatively. But we can assure you that those that are perpetuating suffering, those that are perpetuating fear and anger, that they understand full well what they are creating and what they are doing. They're having quite a heyday in this dimension with you, at your expense, of course. And we came to this one today to say it is time to speak the truth a little further, that you are able to surrender your attachment to suffering. Now we remind you, as you continue to breathe, that you can continue to keep your attention away from the distractions of the world around you. You can keep your attention away from the thoughts and emotions and memories that may distract you. And simultaneously, when we get to the next portion of this, where we can join together in transforming the darkness within yourself, to transmute it, to transmute your fear, to transmute your anger, to transmute your guilt, to transmute your shame, to change the energy of those constituents into a different vibrational frequency. You, as awareness, have the authority and the ability to transform and transmute energy from one state to another. The substance you call emotion is the energy that you use for the function of creation in this physical dimension. And it is well within the scope of your consciousness to change these energies. It was never beyond you. But they would have you believe that thoughts and emotions are something that are just there that you cannot control. And we would say to you, this is a great lie and a great deception that's caused unnecessary harm from the perspective of those who are experiencing the harm. But it has produced a necessary outcome for those who would gain advantage by your suffering. So we say to you, these words, hear and feel these words. If the body gets distracted or anxious, simply use your breath and allow the body to be still with your exhale. If thoughts seek to distract you, if your mind wants to run to the future or the past, use your breath. And as you exhale, release your attachment to those thoughts, those memories, those emotions. Just bring yourself into this moment with us. And it is from this place in the moment where you can observe thought, you can observe memory, you can observe emotion. You can be aware of sounds, but not distracted by them. In the position of awareness is where you can begin to assert the authority over your mind and body. That is your natural authority. Unless you give the world authority, you are the authority over your mind and your body, unless you give that authority over. And in that place of stillness where the mind and body, through the use of your breathing, you're using the breath of your body to direct the body, to direct the mind to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive to your awareness. You're teaching your mind and your body. Turn away from the ugly influences of the world and restore love and joy in your mind. You have the authority to do this. Now, when we move into this process of breathing and you're allowing your body to relax and you're hearing these words and you're comprehending and feeling them, we're going to go into a short 2-minute period where we will breathe together and we will release the tensions from the body, and we will release the activities of the mind, and we will afford you the opportunity to get close to those uncomfortable emotions, your anger, your fear, to bring yourself to them, to assuage their suffering with love, to transform those emotions with love. We will offer some ideas and information that you can apply directly to the emotions occurring within your own physical and mental system, and that the nature and quality of these ideas in and of themselves are vibrationally sufficient enough as to induce a change in the frequency range of those emotions. That is to say, you hear pleasing music playing from the air and you want to find your body moving to that music. That is a function of induction, where the sound of the music comes into you and your body is suddenly inducted into that process of moving to the rhythm of that music. The same thing, you can be the inductive process over your own emotions with specific words and phrases that can induce a change in the emotional energy, the same way music from around you in the environment can induce your body into doing that movement with it, because you like that music, that vibration induces you. So these thoughts and ideas that we will suggest that you will offer to certain qualities of emotion within you, understand that when you offer these thoughts into those emotions, these thoughts induce a change in the emotions, which you will feel to the degree and extent that you are able to at this time. And why are we choosing to do this at this time? Because it's very important you reclaim the authority over your own mind and your own body. No longer defer this authority to the world around you, to the deceptions and lies, the fear-mongering and the anger of those around you, to pull yourself away from that confusion, to restore yourself to the light that is you. This is our function today with you. So as we say, breathe slowly and deeply. And as you exhale, you direct and allow the muscles of your body to relax. You can allow, as you're exhaling, all the muscles in your face, neck, and shoulders to relax as you exhale. You can do this deliberately and intentionally. That with each exhale, you allow all the muscles in your body to relax. Let us do this together for a moment, to breathe together, to allow the muscles in your body from your face to your feet. With each exhale, you allow and give permission to the muscles of your body to be still and relaxed. Let us do this now. And hold your breath for about 3 seconds. And as you exhale, allow the muscles in your body to relax. And breathe deeply again. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. As you exhale, give the muscles in your body permission to relax even more. If your body gets restless or uncomfortable, just draw in another deep breath and give the muscles your permission to relax. Feel them relax. Let the arms, legs, and shoulders and back relax as you exhale. Always on the exhale, you can release tension most easily from the body. And breathe in again. giving your body permission to relax. Now move your attention to the place where thoughts or memories or emotions are in your body. Just become aware of where thoughts, memories, and emotions are in your body. And imagine that you can breathe into that space where thoughts, memories, and emotions are. Fill your lungs completely as you breathe in. Hold your breath for a few seconds. And as you exhale, release all your thoughts, all memories, all emotions as you exhale. Give them permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. As you exhale, think to your thoughts, to your memories, to your emotion. It's okay to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. With each exhale now, giving your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, and any future concerns permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful as you exhale. With each exhale, allow the thoughts, the memories, the emotions, and your body to relax even further. And become familiar with how it feels, how you feel as you allow your mind and body to be still and quiet. If your mind or body becomes active or anxious, just draw a breath in, hold it for a few seconds, and release and allow that emotion or that thought or that tension to go with the breath. And continue with each breath to allow your body and your thoughts to become quieter, calmer, and more open and receptive to your awareness. Now, if there is a particular emotion that is distracting you or disturbing your peace, gently turn your attention to that emotion. Become aware of where it is in your body and to that space where that emotion is. Communicate the following thought using an internal tone of voice that sounds like you really mean this thought. I am with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. And be aware of how that emotion responds to that thought. I am with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. Gently offer that thought to any emotion within yourself that seems distracting or disturbing or upsetting. Just breathe deeply. And as you exhale, give that thought to it. I am with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. And just gently offer that thought to that emotion. And be very aware of how it reacts and responds when you give it that vibration. For the thoughts that you give to your mind and body are vibrations. And you can choose the nature and quality of your thoughts. to communicate to a part of yourself that is angry and hurt, that you love it even if you do not understand it. Will communicate to that aspect of your being that you are there for it. It will feel your vibration and it will change accordingly. Allow your attention to simply offer that thought to any emotion within your body, within your mind, in the internal tone of voice that sounds like you mean it. I'm with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. It is when you gain experience that you begin to understand. It is when you gain experience that you begin to understand. And the world would have you be distracted by it, not understand that within you, the great light that is you, you are a bringer of light. The world would give you what the world would give you, but you may bring and give to yourself what you need in your own house. Do not let people place their refuse in your mind or body. But in this function of open receptivity where you teach your mind and your body to be open and receptive to your awareness, you can begin to make the natural, healthy changes in your internal energy that the environment may not be stimulating. So what you cannot receive from the world, you may give to your own mind and body. You are light. You are love. That is your nature as consciousness. The nature of your mind and your body may differ because of what has been placed into it. But you, beautiful soul, awareness, you by nature are love. That is your true nature. Feel the vibration of those words. Think those words in your mind and feel how your body responds to those words. You are love. You may use the word I am love in your mind and feel how your mind and body respond to those words. In this place, you have closed the doors and windows to the world. You've come within your temple, which is your body. Your body is the divine temple of the living God. That is your body, the divine temple of the living God. And you are the awareness that dwells within it. You live in the house of the divine. And love is your function. Love is your function. And the world would convince you that other is true. To the degree and extent that you are able to experience the change in your being through this process, will give you some understanding of another truth of experience. For while one may be in suffering, they can believe that their suffering is the only truth. But if one knows how to redeem themselves from suffering through love, then there is another truth. And we would encourage you to consider the truth that love is what you are. That your mind and body may be corrupted by the information received from the 5 physical senses of this world, but that corruption in your mind can be resolved through your love. To the love of your own being, to say, I am with you. To renew your own mind through the function of your love. To renew your own mind from the function of your love. To renew your own mind through the function of your love. Yes. Thank you. I want to thank the Ascended for being present with us today and their energy. Everyone needs to understand who they are. You need to understand that you are not what the world has told you you are. You are a light, a love that came to this world in response to a call for love. And there are those in positions of authority and power that would close the door to the admission of love into this world because they would rather have a world of suffering that they control than a world of love that you create. Love is a very powerful, creative, emotional substance, and it is your nature to exercise yourself as a creative intelligence in this physical world, not merely to be subjective to what the world will tell you to think or believe, but to come to the fundamental truth within yourself that you would know this truth, and that truth will set you free. That love that you are will set you free. You are free by nature. But now you must put your house in order. Your mind and body must be placed in the order of love instead of the order of these people on this world that are seeking to confuse you and delude you into believing that suffering is your natural state. This is the greatest lie that's been perpetuated for many civilizations upon this planet. And it is one of the last few places in this particular dimensional universe that this is going on. And so they are trying to close the doors to light because they understand that by closing those doors, by convincing you that bringing new life into this world is wrong and bad, they would convince you that love is wrong and bad. They would convince you that you are wrong and bad for bringing new life into this world. Those that would speak of love, you will know them. Those that would speak of fear, you will know them. When you are aware of who you are as a spiritual entity, as an awareness, as a vibrational state of love, that the thoughts in your mind, the emotions, the memories, they do not constitute who you are. They are simply the personality construct through which you function and focus. And if that personality construct is of such a disposition, then your experiences of creation can be very uncomfortable here. And yet from the function of your own love, the vibration of your own being, through the transforming of your own mind, through the honoring of the temple, you will begin to understand the nature and quality of your function of creation here. That you came here not to suffer, but you came here to love. And to love as a creator, as an intelligence. I think we have time for some questions today. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Hi, Adam. So that's where it started for me today. That's where they came in this morning during my meditation to talk about this, that it was really important about transcending the darkness, overcoming the darkness within ourselves first. We're always trying to get people we don't like to change, but we need to embody love in ourselves. And once you embody love in yourself, then you'll never be deceived again. You can never be deceived when you know who you are. You can never be deceived when you know who you are. It's so important to understand that. Hi, TikTok. Hi, Joelle. Hi, Jay. Hello, highway person. Highway. That's right. It is the highway. Somebody's asking on TikTok, what are your thoughts on interdimensional beings? Curious. There's some really incredible interdimensional beings. I mean, the ascended come from many different realms. Many of them are ascended masters from this timeline, because a lot of beings from this dimension are reconverging and re-emerging to help shift us from fear to love. But my personal beliefs on multidimensional beings is that there are high vibrational multidimensional beings and there are low vibrational multidimensional beings. And that if we are aligned to emotions and thoughts and energies of fear and anger and guilt and shame, we're stuck in those energies, then we're going to attract or bring into our experience lower vibrational manifestations, including from lower vibrational dimensions. But the beings I work with, I love so much. I mean, I love working with Master Jesus and Buddha and all these different beings that come through me. You get to a place in your consciousness where what is there but love? What else do you want? What else would you want? And love has nothing to do with money or material, or it doesn't. And love has to do with what are you being? What is your being? That doesn't mean that that love cannot be translated into money and material things. It certainly can. But if it's being translated into money and material, it should be benefiting people, not harming them. You know, and there's a lot that's going on this planet that's based in suffering. Even the wealth creation is based in suffering. A lot of the wealth creation on this planet is not based in love. It's based in suffering. But dimensional beings, I love them. Again, I've worked with Metatron, Archangel Raphael, Odin, Freya, many different beings from many different timelines. Most of them from this dimensional timeline of Earth, this dimension. Some of the beings that have interacted with me, like today, I got a glimpse of I got to feel the vibration of where I live. And I realized I'm not from this physical world. I live in this physical world through this body right now. But there's a world that I can't conceive of, but I can feel it, that is not based in the remembering of the five senses. So I'll be meditating more on getting connected to the energy of where I originate. You know, where we originate. Where do we come from? How did you come into that body? Everybody knows that the body is an instrument that you use, and everybody knows the solution to all their problems. But let's get some more questions. They're a great question, by the way. Here we go here. I'm so appreciative of what you shared today. It helped me shift what I was navigating this morning. Thank you so much. You know, what they teach us, and we've been teaching this on their behalf now for nearly 4 years. They downloaded a course of programs. So they literally downloaded these 4 masterclasses to us and said, this is what you're going to teach. This is the sequence you're going to teach it in. And we will come through you during these classes, and we will teach these individuals that are coming to learn this. So it is pretty profound. And we've seen people get healed. We've seen people overcome long-term emotional debilitating states when they begin to realize who they are. When you remember who you are, you'll be able to transcend all your suffering. But thank you. I'm really glad it helped you out, because that's what it's about. It's about transcending your suffering. How peace and love work with manifestation? What prevents from manifesting things? Well, this is a great question. There is nothing preventing anybody from manifesting anything. You must understand that all of you are manifesting everything you are experiencing. And the nature and quality of what is or is not manifested is based solely upon the quality of the information, ideas, and the emotional energy assigned to that information, ideas. The function of physical reactions and responses in this world are solely determined by the nature and quality of energy moving through the system. So the thoughts and the emotions that you generate do indeed influence and affect the function of creation, both within you and around you, all of you. And there are none of you that are exempt from this reality. What you think, what you feel, displays a function of action in this physical dimension. That function of action influences creation. That is your experiences of the world around you. Many of you do not understand the sequence of the process, because many of you are stuck in the confusion of the information that these dark ones have given to you. There's much information, much thought, much what you call fear, perpetuated into the minds of all of you, and you have a difficult time distinguishing from it. And so you find yourself living in a creation that is not very fulfilling and happy. And that is not because there's anything wrong with you. It is simply as you're living in the energy of a vibrational function that creates very specific things. But the function of transmutation is your function. The function of what you are as awareness affords you the opportunity to transform and transmute negative emotional frequencies from one state into another. You can transform the vibration of fear into the vibration of love. You can transform the vibration of anger into the vibration of patience. You are the transmuter, but many of you have become solely dependent upon what the world will tell you to believe or to not believe, and so you find yourself getting further and further away from who you truly are, because you're dependent on the world to tell you who you think you are supposed to be. And we would say to you that you already are who you are, and you must begin to assert your authority, your loving authority over your mind, your emotions, and your physical organism. Remember, that body that you're in is not who you are. It's simply the instrument through which you are manifesting your expression. And you can change emotional qualities if you are patient and gentle and kind enough with your mind and body. For your mind and body had no choice about what was going to be given to them when you came into this world, but you now have choice to reorganize what has been given to you from this world. And in that function, you will liberate yourself from suffering. You can liberate yourself. You are the I am, the great I am. You are able to liberate yourself from the suffering that is unnecessary. Thank you. Great question. Thank you, guys. Question from Vertical. A spot on my ears hurts significantly. Ear reflexology indicates it's my eyes. Any insight? That's going to just shift gears here to that. They're saying you have a hearing problem, and they do not mean that your ear, you have, one of your guardian angels has been trying to get you to listen to something he's been saying. What is it you wanted them to hear? To relinquish all that judgment. Stop judging. It's important you stop judging. Yes, for you can make your own thoughts can be offensive to your own ears. Wow, your own thoughts can be offensive to your own ears. Yes. Is there a resolution for this? Yes. Stop judging. Wow, cool. Thank you so much, Vertical. Really appreciate that. Over here. Question on TikTok. Hello, Selena. Does twin flames separation reconcile in order for this upcoming ascension to happen? But there's lots of reconciliations happening. I mean, the truth is, in a state of love and grace, in a state of love and grace, you will always be connected to everything like that. In a state of fear and uncertainty, you will always be disconnected from that state of love and grace that is natural to who you are as a spiritual entity. As for twin flames, there are many coming together right now. At least they're being attracted to each other, but a lot of them are having difficulty staying together. A lot of people are having difficulty staying together, not because they want to have difficulty staying together, but because the thoughts, the emotions, and the information that they've acquired from the world confuses them. And so they have perceptions and understandings that don't reflect the perception of the other individual as they truly are. So twin flames try to connect through the personality, and they can't. They're banging heads together, literally, right? Because the minds of the personalities are in conflict. The souls are in love. That's why when you get together with someone for the first time, you go, oh, I feel like I've been with you forever. Oh, wow, I feel like we're meant to be together. And then the drop down in the personality, and then the personality and the information, the fear, the anger, the guilt, the shame, their past memories interfere with that love. And learning to cultivate a mind of love and grace is a very exciting and wonderful journey to go on, fraught with interesting twists and turns as you navigate yourselves through your individual egos and then come to a place of love and union. That is available to all of you right now, that place of love and union. It's available to every one of you right now. You just have to learn to release your attachment to suffering. Yes, I feel them more than the multidimensional beings. I feel them. I've seen them sometimes. Like Metatron came once, and he was showing me what he called quadratic energy. He was showing me this how every single molecule, everything that we can perceive has interconnecting bridges of energy, and he called it quadratic energy. That's a good example where I was shown multidimensional information. Yeah, I've seen Master Jesus, but again, the function of multidimension that you're explaining to me is like where you get fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional beings. Like there are beings of light, there are beings of sound, there are beings of that I can feel, but I can't see them. The ones I can see are mostly the ones that I know, like Archangel Michael, my guardian angel John, Master Jesus. I've seen Buddha. I've seen Master Saint Germain, Madame Blavatsky. I've interacted with the consciousness and energy of Dr. David Hawkins and Stephen Hawkins. So there's many different beings I've actually been able to physically interact with in my consciousness. And I've had them actually, one or two actually physically manifest in front of me at times when I was unconscious and unaware of who and what that really meant, right? I was pretty ignorant at one point in my life. And I still think I'm pretty ignorant in many ways too. Yeah. We got another question here on TikTok. Thank you for this. My anxiety has been so high, and it also feels like it doesn't belong to me. Thank you so much for saying that. Yes, like it's of the collective. Yeah, this is the thing. This is really what somebody on TikTok just brought this point up, that she's feeling really high anxiety. There's a lot of you that are highly empathic, and you're sensitive to the energies and emotions and thoughts of other people. And sometimes you'll misinterpret the emotions and thoughts that you're receiving as your own. And they could be emanating from somebody else. One of the things that you learn to do, if you're receiving that kind of information, what you heard today, this meditation that they took us through today, that process, you can apply that when you feel that anxiety and you sit the body down and you get the body still and quiet and you get the mind, again, through the breath. They always tell me it's always on the exhale that you can release emotions and tensions and thoughts. So when you feel the anxiety, breathe and release. And then as you're releasing it, you can make the decision to release it with love and grace. And you can also directly encounter the emotional energies like the anger, the fear, guilt, shame. You can actually get close to them and say, I'm with you. I love you, even if I don't understand you. Because a lot of the times we're feeling certain feelings and we don't understand them, especially if it's coming from somewhere or someone else in the environment. Then you don't understand it. So you want to be truthful. I'm with you. I love you, even if I don't understand. The extension of your love. And it's important, if you do this type of process, it's really important that when you think a thought to certain emotional qualities in your body, whether it's fear or anger, guilt or shame, it's really important you use an internal tone of voice. You make certain you sound like you really mean it, because your mind and body can't distinguish between fantasy and reality. The world of your mind and the world of the environment are perceived equally by your mind and body. So when you're saying to that fear or that anxiety, you're saying, I'm with you. I love you, even if I don't understand you. You'll feel a slight change. And the more you do it, the more the change becomes pronounced. You're literally transmuting energy. You're changing it from one state to another. The same way as you can take a pot of water, put it on the stove, and turning the temperature on, raising the vibration of the molecules, the water changes from that state to another state. Well, when you extend love to your fear, to your anger, to your guilt, to your shame, you transform that energy the same way as the stove transforms the energy of the water. You are transforming the energy. What Master Jesus always tells us, that the water that they put that story in the Bible about stilling the waters, he was talking about a principle of mind, being able to, when the storm of emotions are, and you can say, be still, I am with you. It's the same as saying, I'm with you, I love you, even if I do not understand you. And now you are calming the waters of the sea, right? That's what you're basically doing. That's what he's told us that is. Well, thank you so much for that. So somebody's saying here, I've been in deep anxiety and depression from chronic pain, Lyme. I feel my efforts to be well hasn't manifested any guidance. Yes. Rose, I think if you just heard what was just said, sit down, go to the place where the pain is most intense in your body. Like, just play with us for a moment, Rose. Like, sit your body down, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let the body relax. And then move your attention to the places in your body, because your awareness is not limited. You can be aware of all the pain in your body at the same time. Let your awareness become aware of all the pain in your body. And as you allow your awareness to become aware of all the pain in your body, take a deep breath. And just to all that pain, say, I'm with you. Just communicate that thought to pain. I'm with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. And just breathe slowly and deeply. Stay connected to the pain. Don't ignore it. Don't try to push away. Stay connected to the pain and communicate those thought forms sincerely. I'm with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. Just repeat that a few times. I'm with you. I love you, even if I do not understand you. And repeat that just several more times. And when you finish doing that several more times, just write on the comment section what you experienced as you did it. Okay, just share that with others. It's important we share what we experience when we experience something different. Hi, William. Hello there. I've done the work. It's almost 3 years. Why can't I let go? Because you've got work to do. They're telling me you've got work to do. You can't let go because you have work to do. What is it? Yeah, I got. Yeah. There's a being coming in by the name Labelle. They're calling themselves Labelle, and they're saying it's really important that the function of love must be initiated. The function of love must be initiated. Service to others. For the thing that you would wish to receive, you must also give. Yes, thank you. There's a lot more that can be unpackaged there and understood from that. Again, if you want to go into some really a lot of detail around transforming that stuck place, I encourage you to go book a reading with me. You'll do that on my website, torontomedium.com or williammichaelforbes.com. Let's see here. SJK saying, yes, I've always felt I'm not from here. It's very true. None of us are from here. We are living through a physical medium, but we are not the body. Wonderful, Christopher. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for coming by. Pauline's asking, why do I make nightmares? Why do I make nightmares? You didn't make the nightmares. Most of the nightmares most people are having are being propagated through television, media, news. That fear that is being perpetuated upon this planet is deplorable. The fear and anger and insecurity that's being propagated by your leaders through the many channels that they have is deplorable. If you turn your television off, turn away from the world for but a few days, turn to the place that is disturbed inside yourself. Yes, somebody else just stepped into and they also said that you need to let go of the pain from the abuse. You need to let go of the pain from the abuse. You need to let go of the pain from the abuse. But that function of confusion that the world has been perpetuating into us all through television, through movies, through radio, through newspapers, there's so much fear being perpetuated that people's minds are getting filled with it, and then they think, I can't control it. No, there's so much stuff that they're sticking in your mind without you being aware. Every time you watch a television, you're allowing information to go in. You're allowing emotion to go in because you see what they put on TV. Don't trust this person. Do trust this person. If you do trust them, then you might not be able to trust them. There's so much confusion. And that's what they are doing. They're not only are they closing the door to more light beings by promoting, terminating life from entering the planet, because that's what they're doing. They're stopping new beings from coming to the planet that would bring more love and more light here. That's what's going on. Understand that. And in addition, so they close the door to more people coming in that would bring light, and they then perpetuate fear and anger and crazy, confused sexuality, and they perpetuate that, and they rely on your confusion, because when you're confused, you cannot think, and then you're dependent upon them. That's what's happened, and that's what darkness is doing on the planet today. It's making everybody a slave to it, and making you a slave to their suffering that they've given to you from their so-called entertainment, right? To watch men in the ring beating each other mercilessly, and they would tell you that that is a function of love. That is good. Sorry, that was a bit of my personal opinion sliding in there. How can we get answers by doing meditation? I hear that when you meditate, you can get answers to questions. Absolutely great question. I encourage you, like our entire masterclass series that we were given, that entire series is an instructional manual on how to go inside, how to learn to get your mind and body out of the way so that you can begin to hear the answers and information that are outside the framework of your own personality. Because most people are stuck in their own heads, what they're thinking and what they're thinking and what they're thinking about thinking, what they're remembering about thinking, and what they think they might think because of what they were thinking before. And they don't get anything new. And you're going in the same cycle over and over again, the same thoughts, the same memories, the same things, the same fears, the same stuff. And meditation will take you out of that. And when you step out of that, there's a whole other range of information that becomes available to you. There's information that you know, which is very limiting, and there's information that you do not know, which is limitless. What you do not know is limitless. What you know is finite. Meditation assists you in surrendering to the not knowing, surrendering what you know. Meditation teaches you to surrender to what you do not know. And again, I encourage you, we got our 101 Masterclass starting March the 4th. Come. There are 3 meditation classes every week during the program. There's a total of 21 different events that happen over 3 weeks in every one of our programs. 21 different events that last and range from 1 hour to 3 hours. The courses and classes, as they're hosted, are hosted by the Ascended Masters, guides, angels, archangels, multidimensional beings that come through to share the wisdom and truth that they understand that is required by us at this time. And it's pretty powerful when you have an Ascended Master talking to you directly through a being, communicating fundamental and simple principles of truth and love, restoring your consciousness from fear to love. That is the whole function of the work that they've given us to carry forward, to restore love to humanity, to shift our collective unconsciousness from fear to love. And that's what the powers that be, that are the dark ones of this world, they want you to be in fear because they can control anybody in fear. They do not want you to be in love. They don't want you to be free as a creating intelligence. But I can promise you, the moment you start to become who you are, you'll see the darkness as it's starting to crumble around the world in many different places. It's beginning to crumble because love is being perpetuated. There are many awakened ones on this planet right now. There are many awakened ones, and this energy of ascension that you are bearing witness to, that is coming in greater intensity, loans itself to giving all of you the opportunity to liberate yourself from fear and restore yourself to love. Thank you. Where are we here? Here we are. Bottle being thrown, chair moving by thermostat, bed sheet pulled. My sister saw these happening. That's wonderful. Yeah, there are beings. Remember, tell your sister this. Yes, I will. Tell your sister this. To go around her house and literally, what is ever a feeling of love for her. Okay. Who's trying to talk to her, by the way? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there's 2 things I'm being told that you need to tell your sister in addition to what was also about to be said. The first thing is, don't sit around as much. Get up, get active, get doing. They want her up and doing stuff. They want her out and creating. That being said, because they can only communicate with you at the level that you're at. And some of us can be really stubborn, right? Some of us can be really stubborn, so they'll find a way to get through us. Your guides, your angels, ascended masters, other multidimensional beings, they'll try to get information to you in the way that you can receive it. Your sister needs to get more active, get more involved in creating they're saying that it's like a school thing, some sort of, I'm seeing a building, it's like a temple that she's trying to create something. It's a sacred place. And she needs to do this. And they're trying to get her to go forward to that. Now, what was coming through before that was also that she needs to go through each room and embody a feeling of love in herself, bring love into her body, and then and fill the space of each room with the vibration of love. Just have her go around to each room and say, just put love into that space, put love into the space, put love into the space. And tell her to do that with each room. I'm told that it will make the messages clear, but they said they're being very clear. Stop sitting around. Get active. Get going on your purpose. That's what that's happening for. Stop sitting around. Don't waste time. Thank you so much, Chris. Really appreciate that. Mr. Fahrenheit, hi. I'm lost. I need guidance. Do you have a message for me? Thanks. Yes, there's been a message for you all along. I don't know how long you've been here, but let us say to you right now, you are not lost. You're in the process of being found. Again, you are looking in the mind of your personality for information and solutions that your mind does not possess. Learning to remember what love's function is through you. Yes. So I'm also being told to tell you this. Get a notepad, a little dollar store notepad, and walk outside your home. And on that notepad, every time you see something that makes you feel good, write it down in that notepad, whether it's a bird or a child playing or the blue sky or the sunshine or raindrops or the dew on the grass or a dog running by. Anything that gives you joy. They're telling me that you need to connect to your joy. You need to reconnect to your joy. So go out and everything and spend a whole week just looking at all the things that give you joy, that make you feel that joy inside yourself. They're saying that that your joy will be reborn. That's what has to happen for you. You have to reborn your joy. And again, if you want to know more about how to totally transform that, book a reading with me. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of information. People don't realize there are so many beings around me right now, and they are around all of us. And they want you to open up and listen to these higher vibrational messages, to be able to receive the guidance that you've been all asking for, right? And you can learn to do that. Thank you. Question from Judy, 1111. I purchased healing items that are imbued with Aether technology. Is this new energy healing the new future of healing? I swear I've noticed a positive change when using. Well, then the answer is yes, isn't it? Then the answer is yes. It is for you a new technology that can be life-changing and change the future. It is true for you. One of the things that Master Jesus says to me regularly, he says, any belief you have will change things. Any belief that you have will change things. Whatever you believe, it will change things. I think in scripture they say, they quote him as saying, as a man believeth, so it shall be. But quite simply, it's just whatever you believe will be so. Let's see here. Oh, somebody wants me to tell the story of Master Saint Germain manifesting before I even saw a picture of him. That was, yeah, I will tell that story very briefly. Many years ago, it'd be about 25 to 27 years ago, I was living on an island up in the township of Port Perry in Ontario, Canada. It was an island estate, and at that time I just learned to do a little fundamental training in terms of firewalking and learning to manage the cold, and we had a very, very cold night. I think we got to -50 with the wind chill in Port Perry that night, and I thought I would go for a walk across the ice. I walked across the ice on Lake Scugog, and there's a Home Hardware in downtown Port Perry. Some of you that from that area might know it. And I went into that hardware store, and I was pretty cocky then and pretty ignorant then, and not really understanding. I'm very self-centered and self-serving. Anyway, I went in the hardware store and I started bragging to the hardware store guy about I can firewalk and I'm now able to walk across the ice without freezing, and I was just blah 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 blah, all ego shit, right? And then this being comes running in dressed in this bright red outfit, unbelievable, bright red hair, piercing blue eyes, and he runs up to me. He runs up to me, looks me straight in the eyes, and I knew this was Saint Germain. Like I just knew. And he said to me, "Until you can dodge bullets, son, don't go bragging." And then he just runs out the door. That was my first encounter with the divine being. I've had a few of them where they've just shown up like that. But that was where and then a few years later, I came across a book called The Seven Rays. And And it's a book written by Master Saint Germain, and the picture on the front of the book was exactly the picture of this man that came in the hardware store, except he was wearing this bright red outfit. On the book, he's wearing purple robes and stuff. But it was quite eye-opening for me. And again, I don't think I ever really appreciated that until these last 4 years when my wife's mother, who had passed away a week before, started speaking to me. But again, I'm honored and privileged to be able to connect with these beings now. I mean, he still speaks through me now, Master Saint Germain and others. And I'm here simply now to help humanity, to end its suffering, to elevate human collective unconscious from fear to love, to help anybody to move from fear to love. Because we did not come in here as beings of fear. We did not come in, and Master Jesus tells me this repeatedly, you were not born of sin, you were born of love. And that certainly feels like the truth to me. No one was born of sin. We were all born of love. But those in authority have, for many thousands of years, been telling you that that's what it is. None of you are born in sin. We are all born of love. Even those who would tell you you are born of sin are born of love themselves. But they've been deceived. Wow. Anyway, thank you. I don't often get to tell that story. It usually happens in class. Thank you so much. I think I've got time for 1 or 2 more questions from TikTok or considerations. What's the significance of seeing 333? Joy, absolute joy. Connect to your joy. You need to connect to joy more for you. For you, you need to connect to your joy more. Spend time in joy. Enjoy. Wow. Well, guys and girls, and I want to thank all of you for coming out today. I want to wish you a wonderful, joy-filled weekend. I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. I believe Archangel Michael will be joining us on Monday on how to begin transmuting the inner house. How to begin transmuting the inner house. And for those of you on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for joining us for our live event today. I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. And enjoy the rest of this beautiful, glorious time on this wonderful planet that we've been gifted with. And this wonderful body that you've been gifted with, that body you're sitting with, the gift that animal allows you to live in it and that you get to create. So enjoy it. Treat it with love. Treat your body with love and respect. Treat your mind. And go back to what the Ascended said earlier. For those of you that were here, or those of you who are here now, go back to what the Ascended said in the video. For those of you on TikTok, you'll have to go to my YouTube channel to review that. But review the process of transmutation, of how to take old emotions like anger and fear and guilt and shame, transform them, and have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, everybody. Bye for now.